Hey people, what's up? So I'm here and I'm pretty much coming home from a night out of partying. Anyway, I just wanted to point out, tomorrow I'll be uploading a new game called Homefront the Revolution. Now, originally I didn't want to upload this game because, for a couple of reasons. But the last DLC of this game changed all that, but I'll get to that in just a minute. So, now the reason why I actually didn't want is, I actually like the original Homefront game from 2011. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't perfect, it did have some backlashes. I mean, the game had tons of glitches and bugs, the graphics looked like they were from 2005. Some of the mechanics weren't that good. Slogan of it, you know, home is where the war is. I mean, that's kind of doesn't leave a good message. But all in all, I thought the game was pretty good, and I was really happy to hear that they were planning on making a sequel. Now, the main reason why I was excited for a sequel was because the ending showed all of America's allies coming to its aid.
This is Europa News in London. The Underground Voice of Freedom Network reports that American resistance fighters have joined U.S. military forces in a major offensive in occupied San Francisco at the Golden Gate Bridge. The coordinated attack may prove to be a turning point in America's guerrilla war against the Korean occupation. Meanwhile, the EU Defense Council has called an emergency session to plan support for our allies across the Atlantic.
You can imagine my disappointment when I heard that this game would not be a sequel, but a remake of the entire thing. I mean, and I actually watched the game. No American allies came at that point, so I kind of took it off my bucket list. But it's not just that. I mean, it's kind of like the whole concept of the game. Like, first of all, this entire reboot shows how North Korea becomes more technologically advanced, which is actually bullshit. I mean, communist nations do not have a good tendency to advance so good. In communism, everything is rationed. So basically, all institutions of society get the same amount of money, and there's no room for the development. Furthermore, after the Korean War, North Korea instigated a policy known as Juche, meaning self-reliance, where they would receive no foreign investment from anyone, and they would do everything on their own in an attempt to be self-sufficient. Well, we can see how that looks like. Furthermore, pretty much many communist policies are just bad. Collectivized agriculture usually leads to famine, suppression of many things such as culture, religion, freedom of travel, freedom of speech. It makes people angry. And no one actually likes the fact that everyone has the same salary and they're, in the end, just poor. And then there's another thing, stating that the American military was completely shut down because of America only buying North Korean equipment and weaponry. Like, come on. America has one of the strongest war industries in the world. And they're just going to completely rely all their military technology on North Korea, a country they had a war with. I mean, like, seriously. And then there's just many of the things in the game. Because of all the human rights abuses that we have seen in North Korea, and because of how the North Koreans have constantly told to hate the U.S.,
친애하는 지도자 동지는 현명하시고 친절하고 힘세시다 기쁨 평화 소망하며 우리 시대의 한 가지 더 소원은 미제 그래도 땅이 화염 속에 폭발하는 것 자기의 피와 폐수물에 빠져 죽어라 양키 죽어라 죽어라 그게 날 기쁨 충만하게 줘 모든 여자들 여자 핏으로만 버리게 하고 그걸 너 아이들이 모두 강제로 지켜보기를
I mean, you would pretty much expect in Homefront the Revolution to see some quite clear evil done towards them. I mean, the original Homefront shows a bunch of genocide and mass graves being made.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
We should turn back.
Thrown into a pit like
Garbage. Get in! Hopper, now! Come on, Hopper, get up! They're coming! Lie down.
What?
Lie down! Jacobs, get in! Now!
These people getting beaten on the streets.
Never see them again.
You'd see children watching their parents die.
Think about it, just
Wait!
I mean, in general, you just hear all kinds of things that the North Koreans do to their own people. I mean, seriously, look, in Homefront the Revolution, they go on protesting. In the original Homefront, you know what that would be like.
Disobedience will be punished swiftly and without mercy.
Exactly. So, that's what I'm getting. Why all of this all of a sudden? Homefront the Revolution doesn't really give off the vibe this is a war against North Korea. It gives off the fact that this is like some kind of civil war, and this is like a humanitarian mission, while the war in the original Homefront basically is an actual war. I mean, like, come on, at least in the original Homefront, the North Korean soldiers actually look like soldiers. In the Revolution, they look like evil Power Rangers. And what the hell is this? Zeppelins? Are we going back to World War II? Anyway, but if Homefront the Revolution actually isn't that bad, and we've put all the DLCs together along with the game, then it's actually pretty decent. I'll actually show you what the last DLC was, which actually made me quite happy. If you want to see me play the original Homefront game on PC, I'll left the link down in the description below. And keep in mind, I'm going to be playing Homefront the Revolution on PlayStation 4. So please forgive me if I'm a little clumsy. I mean, this is the first time that I'm playing a shooter game on a console, but, you know. So, I hope you guys are having a nice night partying, and I will see you tomorrow.